Chapter 5. The next week was very busy for the Dragon City inhabitants. Word had spread like wildfire by the news of the surviving dragons and the call to obtain a new fire dragon. Theodore was uncertain of how many dragons had truly survived the war with Malefor's forces. He had made plans to begin new construction in the temple itself to make room for any newer guests that might be arriving. Spyro, Cinder, and Sparks did whatever they could to help out with the renovations. Most of it involved heavy lifting or using their different abilities to help with the construction. Theodore was overlooking the construction and watching as the two young dragons assisted the most when he heard a cry. He turned his head to see Hunter rise to the top of the staircase and his hawk land on his shoulder. Hunter, good to see you've arrived safely. Theodore smiled and Hunter bowed. Any news? Spyro and Cinder, who had been working together to fly decorative tiles up to the ceiling, paused and turned their attention to the conversation. Indeed there has been. Much better than any of us could have hoped for. Hunter's green eyes gleamed brightly. It seems that we have found 5 groups of dragons in total. 5 groups of dragons? Spyro and Cinder exclaimed, both dropping the tide they clutched in their paws. Sparks, who had been overlooking their progress, looked up and drove out of the way as the two towers smashed into the floor. Hey, were you two paying attention to what you're doing before you get me killed? Theodore and Hunter glanced over the scene for a brief moment before turning back to their business. It seems, Theodore, that there are 2 candidates that have been selected. 2 candidates? Frontier repeated as he marched up the stairs behind Hunter and gave a quick sweep of the construction area. That's excellent news indeed. So what do we do now? Hunter turned back to Theodore. We will have them come here, Theodore said proudly. There's no reason we should have our old brothers in arms come home for such an important event. Very well then. Hunter bowed and marched back down the stairs. Listen, everyone, Theodore turned to the construction crew. We have little time left until our guests arrive. I want all teams to finish their work on whichever route they are currently assigned to as quickly as possible. We have to make ready for the rifle ceremony. Yes, sir! Everyone shouted. I can't believe it's actually happening, Spyro whispered to Cinder. You would have thought that there were still other dragons alive after the war with Maltor. Yeah, Cinder forced a smile. Who would have thought? Another week passed by very quickly. Theodore finished overlooking the construction project. Serial was in charge of the ceremonies, and Frontier took charge of the leftover work. Spyro and Cinder were out walking along the outside wall of the city and gazing at the beautiful horizon before them. This had become routine for them after breakfast each morning. It was pretty quiet up on the wall, allowing the 2 dragons to each other's company in the open air. As they strolled along, Cinder spotted cheetahs sprinting over the hills. Hey, Spyro, is that Hunter? Spyro squinted out over the horizon. I think so. Spyro nodded after checking it out. Come on. The pro dragon dove off the wall and spread his wings. Cinder followed his lead and met Hunter half a mile out from the city walls. Hey Hunter, any more news on the dragons? Spyro asked excitedly. Yes, we haven't much time to waste though. They are all arrived within a day's flight from here. 1 day's flight? Cinder guessed as she beat her wings to keep up with the cheetah. That really doesn't give us much time. I am aware. That's why you must hurry and tell Theodore and the other guardians so we may be ready in time to work on them. Then let us give you a hand. So I suggested extending his paw. Thank you, but I will handle this. Hunter waved away with a gesture. He picked up his speed and sprang at the wall. His claws gained leverage and tiny cracks between the bricks, and he scrambled up the vertical surface with ease. Spyro and Cinder backblinked and watched with wide eyes. I never knew Hunter could do that, Cinder gasped. Neither did I. But we should worry more about getting ready for tomorrow. He flapped up and over the wall with a nervous Cinder falling at a considerably slower pace. Spyro, wake up. Cinder's voice called to him. Spyro twitched in his seat but didn't wake up. Spyro, wake up! Still the purple dragon didn't open his eyes. Cinder sighed and took a couple steps back before unleashing a blast of cold wind at him. Chills seemed to rip through Spyro's body, and he opened his bloodshot eyes and whimpered slightly. He hadn't been able to sleep the night before due to overexcitement. That's better. Cinder sat on her hunches and grinned as Spyro's shiver boy got to his feet. That was close, Cinder. Joe looked like he had been hurt. Cinder only smiled. It was then she noticed Spyro's bloodshot eyes. Spyro, you need to get yourself cleaned up. The dragons have just arrived. What? Spyro was fully awake now. Come on, I'll show you. Cinder hurried off, and Spyro followed after her. They came to a balcony and they peered over the edge. Spyro's eyes widened nearly to the size of the dinner place and his jaw dropped. He had only expected a couple dozen dragons at the most. But there were hundreds of them. The main courtyard was filled to capacity, so much that most were able to return the drugs to the refreshments. The drug is spread out from the city and into the hills beyond. Cinder noticed when Spyro didn't move. Come on, Spyro. We have to get you cleaned up and look presentable. She wrapped a long tail around his neck, being careful with her tail blade, and pulled him along. An old fire drunk ascended the stairs to the main tower, where Terror and the other guards stood waiting. Good, you're here, Spyro said when he saw Spyro and Cinder walk up beside Terror. I was just beginning to thank you to have gotten safe right. No, just a sleepy Spyro, Cinder chuckled, and Spyro hung his head bashfully. Keep it down, you three. But he interrupted, dragging the truth closer. It's good to see you again, my friends. The old fire drunk wheezed as he reached the top platform. Theodore, it's been ages. He bowed. Yes, it's been far too long in furnace. Theodore bobbed his head in return. And you as well, dear. Zero. As the guardians greeted their old friend, Spyro found himself staring at the old dragon rather closely. He didn't resemble Ignitus in the slightest, and he seemed much older, his first clue being that the old dragon was already winded from the stair climb. His cuts were dull and scarred in many places, indicating the marks of a war veteran. It was then that the old dragon looked down and noticed the young dragon staring up at him. Oh, and who might this be? He asked inquisitively. This young dragon is Spyro. The other answered, looking down at the purple dragon with pride. Oh, yes, the purple dragon of a legend. And first nodded, and indeed a legend in his own time. It's an honor to meet you, sir. Spyro piped up. The honor is all mine. And Fun smiled warmly. I knew your mother and father very well. Spyro and his heart raced by simultaneously. Cinder threw an anxious look over in Spyro's direction. You knew my actual parents? Spyro took a curious step forward. Are they here? He looked down at the sea of dragons far below the tower. I knew your mother and father better than any other dragon in the land. Spyro replied, but the expression grew dark. But I'm sorry to say that they're no longer with us. No longer with us? Spyro raised his head sidelong. Perhaps this isn't the best time, Spyro, Theodore pointed out. It's okay. Spyro turned before turning back to the old dragon. Please, tell me, where are my parents? The tension was almost unbearable for Cinder. Her heart was ready to jump out of her chest as she continued to look nervously from Spyro to the old dragon. They were killed in the battlefield during the early days of the war against the Dark Master. Van shook his head sadly. It was when he first encountered the Dark Master's most powerful servant. Cinder's eyes grew wide with horror. It was then the Infernus's eyes locked into her. The old dragoness looked vaguely familiar to the old dragon. Cinder felt her blood run cold and she shrank back a step. The fire dragon seemed to be staring straight through her and piercing her soul. At last she couldn't take it anymore. She gave a mournful cry and took off running. Spyro realized what was going on and gave Infernus one more quick glance before taking off himself. Cinder! He called after her. When he was gone, Infernus looked questioningly at Theodore. That young female. I feel like I know her from somewhere. The young dragoness is none other than Cinder herself. Theodore answered, prepared to defend her should the need arise. Infernus shrugged his head as if he had been hit. The young dragon is Cinder. How is that possible? When Cinder was an egg, she was taken by the Dark Master's forces and turned into the monster you saw on the battlefield all those years ago. Spyro was the one to defeat her in combat and free her from the Dark Master's spell. She has remained at his side ever since. But how could she still be alive? So young and after being corrupted by evil before. Why did she not return to the Dark Master? I know what the story said. Theodore waved a massive paw dismissively. But Spyro was unlike any dragon we have encountered before. He knew the odds but chose to follow his heart. And as a result, those two are the sole reason that we are all alive today. Cinder leaned her head against the balcony railing and she sobbed uncontrollably. Cinder, wait up! She heard Spyro's voice in the hall. Cinder, where are you? Spyro passed by the balcony and skidded to a stop. Cinder! Stay away from me, Spyro! Cinder shrank back as she tried to wipe the tears away. Cinder, it's okay. Spyro coaxed as he came towards her. No, it's not. You hate me, Spyro. I know somewhere inside you do. How could you not after hearing about what I did? I'm almost certain the same fate was dealt to my own parents. They had been killed at the hands of their own daughter. Cinder. Spyro took another step towards her. Cinder couldn't stand looking at him anymore and turned away. Why me, Spyro? What do you mean, why you? I try, Spyro. I really do. But every time I try to do something good or something good happens to me, my past comes back to take my life. Maybe it would have been better if you had just let me die. Don't ever say that. Spyro nearly rose and took a very bold step. Cinder's head snapped around. Spyro's eyes were filled with tears as well. Don't you dare say that. You were said to have been a lost cause, but I refuse to believe that. I know about all the good you've done, and no one would dare question me on that. Spyro's feeling began to form purple all around him. Spyro, I don't care what about your past, Cinder. I never have. What's important is here now. And what's more important is you. Because this world would be incomplete without you in it. Spyro, Cinder sobbed and threw herself into him. I'm so sorry for what I've done. Don't be. Spyro whispered, wrapped his rings around her as he stroked her neck. I'm not mad at all. I promise. Please, Spyro. Cinder looked up at his gleaming purple eyes. Just make me a promise. Anything, Cinder. Just say what it is. I promise you won't go anywhere. I don't want to be alone anymore. Spyro nuzzled her cheek. I promise.